Ladies and gentlemen, the society we live in today, quite undeniably, is a community of people, and we are the people. The society that we live in today seems to be, crumbling, for lack of a better word. And this is because we do not seem to be navigating the business of life with well-oriented compasses in life. Probably navigating it for others who have the compasses to some extent with broken compasses. It can be the twisted value systems, it can be the broken moral fabric that holds us together as society. And we see quite a bit of misdemeanor that seem to be running, uncontrolled. And generally there's a lot of difficulties that we meet as we go on with the business of life. And so we feel it's very important to have a strong discussion. And this platform, the Byron Adera, is going to be that which provides the arena for this rich discussion as to how we can reorient our society and recreate and rearm our moral systems and value systems in a way that could provide some bit of insurance for the business of life. On this platform, we are going to be dealing with quite a bit of that under a title leadership and community. This is Byron Adera, and remember to follow me on my socials at Byron Adera and Adera B Panther. And to help me break this down over what in my language we call dual. So this is the fireplace, and I reminisce very strongly, nostalgically, when I was growing up, when you had this kind of stuff, it was the guys who are older and came before us and the old men who helped us, hold our hands in this life. And so this is very metaphorical, by the way, and ideally so, because we can always rally around such a place and discuss issues of societal importance. And so with me to help break this down is a lady going by the 2/3 gender rule as well. We have Madame right there.
Thank you very much. I'm excited to be here today. My names are Irene Ogaja, and I think this is a conversation that has to be had every single day from all perspectives, from adults to children,
True.
And women and men. So it's nice to be able to get perspectives from everybody. It's nice to also be in a platform like this to share. Thank you.
Lovely. You're welcome. And who is the young man here? Yes? Who's this guy?
Jason Hayes.
Jason Hayes. Oh, whoa, man, you scare me. That's the team leader for SEAL team, right?
Yes.
There. And what's the inspiration? You wanna be a special
Forces quick reaction force.
Jesus Christ. And what's your name, big man? Apart from Jason Hayes. Apart from Jason Hayes, what's your name?
Billy.
Billy. Whoa, lovely man. Great, great, great. And here's to the best wishes for you becoming the next Jason Hayes for this lovely nation, right?
Yes.
And to my right is my brother and a great man.
Yeah, Kingsley Litali, the CEO and founder of Crime Shield Security Limited. You can check us out at our website, www.crimeshield.org, on Instagram and Facebook and LinkedIn at Crime Shield Security Limited.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. And so the discussion is quite broad, by the way. You cannot break down sincerely what happens with society today in a day, but you can begin to eat up the elephant in the room, as they say, bit by bit. Trust me, this is cross-generational, as you can see.
Yeah.
We got a young lad here, my greatest friend, Billy, enjoying the heat of the night. But they also go through stuff, and we've seen quite a number of kids right now sharing in the whole societal pressures that we have. We have kids struggling with, you send your kids out to school and a lot of stuff, identity issues. You have them being bullied by other kids that probably have not been brought up very well. And you also have other people, the older generation that are taking advantage of kids, They are sharing in this whole razzmatazz that the breakdown in societal fabric is. And of course we have our sisters, and our women and our mothers also sharing in. And the nastiest of stories we had the other day, big man. In the universities, it's all very chaotic and everybody seems to be losing it. So, I mean, as regards the way children are being brought up, and especially the girl child. What's your general feeling?
Well, it's interesting to see how the society is evolving right now.
Yes.
We're looking at the girl child growing up. Where we were traditionally, we would have our aunties and our mothers sit with us and talk to us about the responsibilities of being a girl, what it means to be a woman.
Yeah.
We can't sit down and deny the fact that we are a specific gender and we have gender-oriented roles that we do because of the designation of the society.
Yeah.
But right now, our girls are not getting the kind of guidance that's there. That personally I benefited from.
Yeah.
I come from the lakeside of the country, but I grew up in the coastal cities, and there's a lot of tradition. There is a lot of women coming together to guide us. I know I was guided a lot, not only by my mother,
Yeah.
but I had my aunties who didn't stay very far from where we are. And of course, because of the communal feeling of the coastal cities,
Yes.
you find that a lot of this, the girl child gets to benefit a lot from a lot of the guidance. And
Yeah.
you will hear aunties, you've seen coastal weddings, you see women are very, very much. But with time, and because women are getting busy, men are also getting busy.
Yes.
The children, not only the girl child, I see
Yeah.
that the boy child also gets the same kind of challenges.
Yeah.
They don't get to get the kind of guidance that is necessary
Yeah.
to go through the challenges of teenagehood to young adulthood, to what is required of them when they enter into society, when they're done with probably their formal education.
Yes.
Yeah.
So what we saw, and we always reminisce about the past, what we saw a long time ago, that we say the child is, there's a lot more discipline coming from the whole of society right now.
Yeah.
The child is just growing up on their own. And I can say as a woman, but also as a woman who's also raising not only my own children, but also children around me, my nieces, my nephews, even my friends who also bring their children to me.
Yeah.
It's the same thing. You feel that we are not
Detachment.
giving, yes, we're not giving as much
And I think
because
that
we're
is-
too
that
busy.
is- that is
Yeah,
general.
we're too
That's a
busy.
general observation, and
Yeah.
as you rightfully mentioned, it's something that Kings does affect even the boy child.
Even the boy child. When you look at the boy child,
Yeah.
I remember when we were small, we used to go by the river.
Yeah.
I come from Kakamega, so my first swimming lesson was down the river called River Isiuku.
Is it?
That is when now you realize that you can survive in the jam. During that period of time, you find that me and my peers could
Yeah.
even make this not metallic. We use wires to make vehicles. And
Yeah,
you,
man, that
you
was
know, we used to-
that was amazing.
Yes, to
we
ride
use
tires.
Sisal. And
Yes, we used to call it mpara. So you put, the tire.
Yeah.
When the tire is cut
Yes.
off, yeah?
Yeah.
So you tie a string and you could go and mimic as if you're driving.
Oh yes.
So a lot
You
of-
tie part of it.
There's a lot
Yeah.
of visualization. There's a lot of we improvise a lot of things.
creativity.
Creativity in our youth, and this
Yeah.
was really inspired by our parents. Because
Yes.
you could look at what they were doing, and they could tell us, as young boys, that this is what you're supposed to do as a man, and this is what you're supposed to do, growing up
Yeah.
into adulthood.
Yes.
And you could feel that there was some bit of structure in how they brought us up. Nowadays, what you see is children are glued to their iPads or their phones at a very tender age. So they're basically being taught by YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, and we all know the kind of content that is found in there.
True.
And if you don't put any discretion or, sensitize some pages, that's why you end up seeing children playing games that at the end of it, they commit suicide.
They commit suicide, and they're being led into it. They're led
because
into
they're
it.
vulnerable.
Absolutely.
And
They
you
stand
cannot
for nothing,
protect
so they
them
can fall for.
everything.
Yeah.
For anything, yeah. So you find that it is quite important for this generation, even if it might seem old school, but there's something that our parents and our parents' parents did right.
Yes.
That is why we are where we
Who
are.
we are.
Let's not detach from that.
Yeah.
So in my opinion,
And so then it's a conversation that is cross-cutting.
Yes.
To be very sincere, even and very fair to the current breed of youths,
Yeah.
and if you're not intentional in your parenting,
Yeah.
big man, then things just fall apart. We rather jokingly say that our kids in their own homes now are growing up just like just like trees.
Yeah,
You
like
know,
trees, yeah.
they're just growing up.
Mushrooming.
Mushrooming.
Yeah.
Mushrooming. So they could as well be weeds anyway. And typically they are weeds because you find, and I told you the other day we were visiting a pal, and trust me, his house looks like a war zone. You know, you step into his house and you'd almost want to keep, like son here is absolutely, are you very disciplined?
Yes.
You are? What proves that to me now? Because what do you do? Whenever you make mistakes, what happens?
I say the truth.
Yes?
I always be honest.
Yes.
And I listen to adults.
You listen to adults. Man, absolutely. So, and it learns from this tender age that honesty is the best policy.
It is the best line.
Absolutely. So, son, I'm really proud of you. And of course, he knows that mistakes happen. So he's not very fearful. You know, he goes out and perhaps if you try too much, then down the line, you'll make mistakes. And that means he's trying.
And that is growth.
And that is growth.
Yes.
Trying is growth, Baba. So when you try and you make mistakes, you're honest about it, you come to me and you say that, sorry, I was doing something and I think it was the wrong thing. So what do I do? And what do we do? What do we do at that point? I forgive you, but then you start to learn. I tell you what is to do. So ideally, and that's mentorship right there. So we could as well be present.
Yes.
We could as well be there as
Yes.
parents, as uncles, as sisters, as brothers, as friends, but we could as well be absent. Because without investing real effort into making sure that we hold hands and time,
Yes.
quality time, not just, oh, we've been there in their life for the past 30 years, but it could amount to nonsense.
I've been paying fees.
I've been paying school fees. Yeah. It's crazy.
Yeah.
And that's what people try to interpret being present as, you know, other things, materially, like, you know, we pay school fees, you know, we give enough pocket money. Why they're going to school and they're getting into drugs, we don't know. We were not smoking weed or things like that, but they are doing it now.
Yeah.
I mean, look, good character is not genetical. Good character is influence.
As a parent,
Yes.
you see this kind of engagement you've seen
Yes.
between Byron and Billy.
Yes.
That kind of engagement, we don't get that kind of engagement between parents and children. It is always a lecture here, an instruction there, and do this, do that. Like in prison, we always say we're like prison wardens. You're
Yes.
always giving instructions.
Yeah, you go to some
But
homes
are
and
we
it looks like
engaging?
that.
Are we engaging these children? Do we know
Yeah.
what they want to do?
Yeah.
Do you know what they do with their day? Do you know what are their aspirations?
Yeah.
Do you help them to guide them? Do we listen? We actually hardly ever listen.